Evil dad realizes cop found his disturbing secret. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube. 2,000 subscribers on Twitch. 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I will eat the hot chip or the Carolina Reaper. Whatever the hot thing is. I don't know, bro. You tell me in the comments. Subscribe now, follow now, or I'm gonna get mad, okay?
She's not back yet? You mind if we take a look in her bedroom?
Has she ever disappeared before?
She's didn't leave without permission. She doesn't not text me when I text her.
What does she normally take with her when she leaves?
A book bag, her phone.
Her phone's not in here.
Not that I've found.
Fuck you mean you're headstrong as shit? Like, fuck you mean? Like, bro, my forehead look good, right, chat? Type shit. Alright, no distractions, bro. Lock in.
I was gonna talk to you with that mom around. Arguing here last night, or I mean, the night before, anything, any reason she would leave?
No.
Okay. There's a rumor going around, people telling us that she was afraid to come home.
This is the moment Andy McCauley realized police were on his trail. Just hours earlier, his girlfriend's daughter, Riley Crossman, suddenly went radio silent, and police were quickly called to come and investigate. At first glance, it looked just
Nigga, that's her bed? Yo, I feel bad, because hear me out, right? Like, I used to be like, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be so real, chat. Like, as a kid, like, you make jokes and stuff like, you're a kid, so like, I wouldn't say necessarily I bullied, because I'm friends with everybody, but I would probably like over joke. You know what I mean? I think that's better. I would over joke. I wouldn't physically harm anybody, or like somebody genuinely like didn't want to be joked on or like have jokes. I would just stop. I wouldn't like really try to get them upset. I would say like I would joke on them, but I would upset them on accident. You know what I mean? So me thinking this, right, growing up, bro, the kids I went to school with, like, they probably went home to shits like these, bro. The abusive parents, alcoholic parents, you know what I mean? Like, crackhead parents, like, they probably had rooms and beds like these and shit. So, like, when you're going to school, all right, like I was saying, though, my fault, my stream crashed. My fault. The kids I went to school with and shit, they was probably going home to stuff like this. And I feel bad because, you know, people make fun of them, or, you know, I probably overly joke, and I want to say I'm sorry. I was a kid, you know what I mean? I didn't know any better. You feel me? So I just want to say I'm sorry to the kids in the past, and I really felt bad because, like I said, growing up and realizing how life really is, there was definitely like some of my friends or some of my classmates that went to homes like this, and then they would act like everything is fine in school. You get me?
It's like a messy teenager's bedroom with nothing out of the ordinary. But as the
this is out of the ordinary. Stop that.
officers scoured through the clutter,
That's
unsettling
unsanitary.
details began to emerge.
This was her book bag. Debbie says she wore it, but she said the kids already went through everything. Tony. Squatty.
They would find items that a teenager might typically take if they were planning to run away. But as they begin to look even more, they start to notice blood. Blood was on her sheet, and more was found on her comforter. The cops were now certain that foul play had occurred, and something terrible happened to Riley. As they try to piece together the puzzle, police find themselves entangled in one man's web of deceptions and twisted lies,
he's
all
speeding,
crafted
bro.
to conceal his one single
He was
disturbing
flying.
secret.
Oh, all right, let's lock in.
On May 2019, dispatchers received a call from a concerned woman reporting the disappearance of her 15-year-old daughter, Riley Crossman. As officers arrived,
The sad thing is, bro, I think in 2019 I was 15 or 16, so she would have been in my grade. You see what I'm talking about now? Like, that's actually crazy. Like, what a coincidence. Yeah, she would have been in my grade. That's actually fucking crazy. Now I think about it. It's like, so like my point is even better now, kind of, right?
at the scene,
Sorry, am I yapping?
they
I'm
come
sorry.
into contact with the caller, Chantel Oakley, and her boyfriend, Andy McCauley.
What's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while.
Any word? You mind if we take a look in her bedroom?
Has she ever disappeared before?
She didn't leave without permission. She doesn't not text me when I text her.
This is the only mirror we have like this, so I came in yesterday morning, and I don't remember that being there. And especially her glasses, because this is not exactly the way it was. I've been in here digging and looking to see if there was a note or anything like that.
According to Riley's mother, this was unlike her, and she wasn't one to run off without telling anyone. A quick search of her room revealed that her belongings were untouched, except her bed, which was covered in bloodstains. This was highly suspicious, so officers quickly took a sample and sent it off for DNA testing. But for now, officers need to gather as much information as possible from people who last saw Riley, so they decide to question Andy about his whereabouts
Yo, this
that
guy
day.
just looks guilty as fuck,
Talk you
bro.
that mom around arguing here last night, or I mean, the night before, anything, any reason she would leave?
No.
Okay. Because the rumor going around, people telling us that she was afraid to come home. I don't know if that's, I mean, you know how people go sometimes, but
That was nothing like that.
okay. So,
She wouldn't have to be her. I mean, they're right. They ain't like that. It's never like that.
he says nothing.
Yeah. Her mom wasn't even home.
Right.
She was at work.
No, you. They said that she got an argument
No.
with you
No.
and didn't want to come home.
No.
So, I don't know.
She was you can ask your grandma. She was here doing dishes and everything. Her grandma was here till 7:30.
Okay.
Debbie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, why is there like always a grandma named Debbie? Like, is that weird? Like, white people, answer my question now if I get mad. Why do you guys always have a white grandma named like Mary? That's my grandma name. Oh God. All right, I should not have leaked that. Oh God. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God.
When's the last time you saw her?
Like 9, maybe 10ish.
At night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the dad.
And what context was that?
Yo, Joyce, Debbie. What else, Chad? What else? Fuck it, Marianne. What else? Like, I mean, cause that's like the popular names back then, right? So now when we're grandparents and shit, like I guess the grandparent, like the common grandparent name in America would be like what? Like, I'm gonna say like Caitlin. I'm gonna say like Maria. I'm gonna say like what else? Like Riley. I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like the generations now. When like their kids are like grown up, their grandma names are gonna be like weird. It's gonna be like Dior. It's gonna be like, you feel me, bro? It's gonna be like that, cuz on God it is.
Oh, she was here in the house. She went to bed probably. Well, I don't know what time she went to bed, but she was. All the kids were in the room by like 9:30.
Did she leave in the morning?
No, I left at 4. I got up 4 o'clock in the morning. Left at 5.
Okay.
Go to work.
According to family and friends, Andy was never an early riser. In fact, when police interviewed one of his colleagues, Johnny, he stated that he had to go to his house and repeatedly call him to wake him up. But on this particular day, things were different.
I'll call him and see if he's up.
So that morning, do you remember if you called him or he called you?
Wednesday morning. I want to say he called.
But this
That-
was
that-
not
hey,
the only strange
that's
thing about
weird.
Andy that day. He also told police that he was at work all day, and when cops interviewed another one of his colleagues to verify his alibi, they found out that Andy had left work and was gone for nearly 5 hours.
And he gets back in roughly.
I'm sorry, bro. Listen, if you're gonna do a murder, you gotta be smart. Why would you say that? If you knew you left work, if you knew you left work early, why would you tell the cops that you was at work the whole day? And then if your track history is like, you know, you always are late to work, or like you're always like you just make it on time, or people have to call you all the time to wake up for work, why on that day you're miraculously up early, rise and shine, mad, energized, like ready to go to work? I'm happy as hell, I'm hype. You know what I mean? Bro, you gotta be consistent. Because once you break that streak, it's like, you know, it's kind of off. You know what I mean?
It's probably 2:45.
So he was going a while. 4, almost 5 hours.
5 hours? You're gonna leave work for 5 hours? I guarantee it isn't no like Amazon where you can just leave early anytime you want. You have PTO and stuff on the app, so you don't have to tell nobody. You can just leave whenever you want. 5 hours you're leaving work, buddy. Just put your hands behind your back. All right, come on, bro. Just put your hands behind your back. That was a trash alibi, and you're leaving work for 5 hours. What boss even allows that? He leaves work for 5 hours, then comes back. Let's say he did come back. What employer allows that?
Because of this, detectives now know that Andy hasn't been completely honest with them so far, at least about staying at work the full day. This is very clearly a red flag and means that he's trying to hide something from them. But Andy might not be the only one hiding something,
No
as officers
way.
would find out when they decide to look into Riley's boyfriend, Hayden. For the last 8 months, the two reportedly FaceTimed every night, so officers believed that if anyone was in contact with Riley the night before, it would be Hayden, and he was soon called in for an interview 2 days after Riley went missing.
Can you just tell us when you were last FaceTiming?
I was actually talking to her about the DC trip that was going on.
And do you know exactly what time?
10:30-ish.
On the night of Riley's disappearance, it just so happened that Hayden deleted all his messages.
Oh my God. Oh, bro. Her father and her boyfriend? What the fuck? What's wrong with these guys?
With Riley because he did not want his mother seeing them. This is why detectives could tell that Hayden knows something, but because of his mother's defensiveness, he's unable to speak his mind.
I told him before not to delete his messages, but he isn't having it, deleting everything.
What do you know about her mom's lifestyle? Or what their relationship?
I don't really know much about mom.
I feel like she just isn't a responsible person. She'll just let her do whatever she wants. They had a dance, and she was wearing this short dress. She let her walk to the school by herself in this short dress. It's at night. Riley had way too much freedom.
Although this interview was not too fruitful, it pushed Hayden to come forward with a crucial piece of evidence afterwards. A series of disturbing text messages that Riley sent to him the night before she disappeared, saying that Andy was in her room and that she was scared. Immediately, all suspicion was further confirmed around Andy, and officers would later use this information to piece together this dark puzzle. But for now, finding out Andy's actual whereabouts and what really happened during the 5-hour
Okay, but if she was messaging the boyfriend, clearly he wasn't there. So maybe it was like the boyfriend genuinely was just scared that, you know, he was going to be involved in this case. But bro, that's your girlfriend. I know I'm talking too early. I know I'm jumping the gun, but bro, that's your girlfriend. Why wouldn't you want to help the police? You know what I mean? Why would you delete messages, especially on that day? Any little bit of evidence could have helped. Anything.
That Riley was missing is crucial to the investigation, and the reason why Andy would be called in for questioning.
I just talked to Johnny, right? Saw him leaving. Okay. Would you be surprised if he told me something completely different?
Maybe.
Do you not remember leaving that job site and going to Red Hill?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We did go to... It did.
Oh, now you remember that. Now you remember that. Listen, guys. I promise you, if you want to be innocent, you're remembering everything to a T. Like, I know, like, throughout the day, you're going to forget, like 80% of the day. But, say, the next day, right? The FBI or whatever comes to you, like, what did you do yesterday? No matter what, you're going to be in fear for your life. You're going to be in fear for your freedom. Then, miraculously, you're going to remember every single detail of that day. You know what I mean? Yo, this guy already get caught. But hear me out. The cops already know that now. Now they're just trying to get this guy to dig himself in a hole. No cap.
I'm sorry, we did. You're right. Okay. You're right. We did go to...
You don't forget 5 hours. You don't forget leaving work early. You don't forget that.
It did a show.
How long were you there at Red Hill?
Like the rest of the day.
Okay.
Like the rest of the day.
Okay. Were you at that house the entire time fixing the shelves?
No.
Okay. Where were you at?
I was at the other house.
Okay.
I went and got some more drugs.
If Andy was off doing illegal drugs during those 5 missing hours, then that could possibly explain why he didn't initially tell the cops the truth about where he had been all day. But this also could just be his way of trying to distract the police by bringing their attention to something else. At this point, detectives know that Andy is desperate to give them an alternate alibi, and his drug story could possibly be true. So to cross-check, they would call in Johnny again. Johnny had a history of drug use, and the two would often do cocaine together, so he can easily substantiate or discredit Andy's account.
Would you say that there was enough to still do another line each? Oh, yeah. A couple lines each? Oh, yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't have...
Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong, guys, and, like, please let me know. So, like, this guy admitting that he used drugs like that, and he's telling cops, like, yeah, me and him did lines. Like, the cops can't, like, investigate his house, right, because he's literally saying it. The cops needs to actually have, like, visual proof and reason. Like, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, please.
You didn't need any more coke. No.
So now, Andy's story about going to get more drugs isn't adding up. His colleague had already told the cops that they had more than enough cocaine to get them through the rest of the day, so there would be no...
Wait, so he's telling the cops that he still has coke. So can the cops investigate him now, like, on a different type of, like, on a different day? Get past this whole thing on a different day. Can they, like, go to his house and raid it? Because he's literally saying, yeah, like, I have coke. I already had coke at work. We had way more than enough coke to, like, last us the whole day. So can the cops investigate this guy? Please, like, please let me know in the comments, please.
no reason for them to go get more drugs. Realizing that Andy has been lying, the police decide it's time to confront him and get to the bottom of his deception.
Let's get
What if I told you
you
that
know.
day you weren't that Snowco, and you didn't find drugs off anybody that day? See what I'm getting at? We went from this story to this story, now we're gonna get a third story. This is one of these times you really need to think of what you're telling me.
Let's
Okay,
get
because you're not being honest. Remember I told you about being honest and I'm not gonna just throw shit at you? I know you weren't there. I know you didn't buy drugs off your cousin, and I know you didn't use them in that parking lot that day. Where did you go when you left?
Cook.
What's my house get the drugs?
Okay.
I already had them in my house.
Okay.
I already told Chantel. I still want to tell you I had them in my house.
So you go back home, you use your drugs, and then you go back to work, and then what?
Brother, it doesn't take you 5 hours to go from work to your house, do some drugs, and go back. Let's be real. Coke addicts, listen, Coke only lasts you like, I never did Coke, but I hear stories. Only lasts you, what, 10, 20 minutes, and then you gotta take another bump so you can get high again. Like, the high is very quick. It's a very expensive drug. Bro, you're not gonna do a line. By the time you get to work, you're sober again. So you're gonna take the whole thing, bro. Like, this guy's capping. The cops know that, but the cops want this guy to dig himself in a hole.
Considering the discrepancies in each version of the story he tells officers, there is more than enough reason for officers to not trust Andy, like they would express.
I'm just telling you the whole part about you being honest.
I'm being honest with you. I've been honest with you. I told you shit that I didn't even want to tell you.
Okay. You're being somewhat honest. I mean, we're doing some polling to get some information about some drug activity, which is us. I don't even give two shits about. But yet we're having trouble pulling that out of you.
Because I was worried about the names out there.
Okay, and I told you I don't care about that.
I didn't say that.
You told us about the drug activity, what, 2 nights ago?
I did.
Did I arrest you for it?
Your names or anything?
The main reason for detectives pressuring Andy like this is because a record of his movements is crucial for this investigation. Usually law enforcement can just track a suspect's movements using their phone, but in Andy's case, he had supposedly left it at home the day that Riley went missing. Knowing that the more leniency detectives show to Andy, the bolder he would become in giving shady alibis, detectives decide to ramp up the intensity of the conversation, even more to make Andy nervous and slip up about his real whereabouts.
I'm sorry, real quick. It's 2025, all right? Nobody from I'm gonna say it's bad, but I'm gonna say like 6 years old to like 80 years old. Yo, my coworker, he's like 60 or 70. Nah, I'm capping. He's like 50 or 60. Bro, he uses a flip phone. All right, so some people are still out there like that, but you're not leaving your phone at home. You're not leaving your phone at home. That is cap. And coincidentally, the day that your daughter gets murdered. Okay. Or goes missing, I'm sorry. Okay. Sure, buddy.
You know, the further along this is,
yeah, but he murdered his daughter.
Whoever did this to her, the worse off it gets for that person, too.
Yes, hope so.
She was probably taken out of that house by somebody.
Yeah, I feel something that she was taken that way, I feel. Because she'd be on by now. She wouldn't be her mom.
She was taken from that house, is what I'm saying. She didn't wander off. She didn't pack a bag and take her clothes, take her glasses, take a cell phone charger, take all of her money. She had most of her money. Someone's going to go.
Her money was still in the book bag.
Yeah. So like I said, if someone's going to run away or do something, they're going to make a little bit better effort, even for a 15-year-old.
I agree.
For a 15-year-old kid, they're going to at least have the necessities.
Even after explicitly.
Exactly. And back on the phone thing real quick, right? I'm sorry I keep pausing. I get comments all the time like, oh, you pause too much, buddy. It's my channel. Like, what do you want me to do? Nab their fucking video, re-upload it, and get copyright strike? No. Anyways, nowadays, bro, your credit card is on your phone. Your debit card is on your phone. You get, bro, like, if you have a certain car, your fucking phone is your car keys now. Bro, your phone is your GPS, your lifeline, the police right there on the phone. Like, bro, your phone is your life, bro. Your deepest, darkest secrets is on your phone in the notepad. Let's keep it a bean. Bro, your citrus 3 is crazy. Everything is on your phone. Your phone is you. Your phone is literally you. So now people aren't leaving their phones at home. And if they are, I'm sorry, they're going to be late to work. They're going to get that phone. Whether you like it or not, they're going to blame it on traffic. They're going to blame it on my dog did this. But they're going to get that phone, bro. Nobody is leaving their house without their phone. And if you do, you have an Apple Watch. So you still have, the necessities of having a phone, having it, stuff like that. So nobody is leaving without, their phone or let's say an Apple Watch or Samsung Watch or whatever.
Stating the absurdity of the situation, Andy seems as calm as ever and won't crack about where he really was. But even in this situation, detectives have one piece of evidence that would cause the pressure to mount on Andy: the texts that Hayden had showed them. Once confronted with these, Andy's behavior changes immediately.
What if I told you her last text to her boyfriend were saying, don't talk, because she still has the FaceTime on? Andy's in here. I'm afraid.
That's what it said.
What if I told you that?
All right, chat, real quick. If you guys are confused, all right, so the boyfriend didn't do anything, all right? So her boyfriend didn't do anything. I don't know why he deleted messages. That is very weird, but he was on FaceTime with her when this weird shit was happening, all right? So the boyfriend is in the clear, okay? I'm just letting, if people didn't understand that, all right?
I would say that's crazy.
I can put my hand on the Bible and tell you I saw those texts today.
Well, I like to see him because I know probably he ain't scared of me. I know she is.
Not only that, she said you were in here and she was in her bedroom because the FaceTime was still on.
I was never in her room.
That's not what she's saying.
I don't go in her room.
Andy, I'm not lying to you.
I was not in her room, for one. And for two, the kid's not scared of me. There's no reason for her to be scared of me. I've been there in her life for 1.5 years. Taking care of her, giving her everything she needs. What we're saying.
Okay, so this is the stepdad. I'm sorry. Listen, guys. The title said evil dad. So I'm guessing this was his real dad, her real dad. This is stepdad. All right. I'm sorry, stepdad. I'm sorry, chat. The title clickbaited me. All right.
Like, I get that, and I hear you, but what we're saying is that's what she's saying. So obviously to her, she's afraid of something.
The walls are closing in on Andy quickly, and he's no longer able to keep up with his lies. He can't think of any possible reason why Riley would be afraid of him, or any explanation for why she would have sent her boyfriend those texts.
There's no way. There's no way. You can ask your mother. Her mother will tell you that it's not true. There's no
I'm
way.
telling you, I read that with my own eyes today.
I don't know. I know.
So you see where that puts us.
Yeah, I understand, but the kid's not scared of me. I don't understand how you guys can say that.
Despite the damning physical evidence, Andy continues to insist that there was no reason that Riley would have been afraid of him. Perhaps he thinks that if he denies this enough times, the cops will simply move on.
That she's not. That's your grandmother.
That's what she is saying.
She's saying that's why we're saying that. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors when, you and Chantel are there, or Chantel and Riley are there, or we don't know, okay? But obviously in her mind, she's afraid of you. Would you agree it doesn't make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. So does she have any reason to say that? No. Then why would she say that? Oh, no.
At this point, the cops have given Andy an opportunity to come up with any sort of explanation at all, or even a lie. This would have been his chance to point towards something that may have happened in the past, even as simple as a disagreement between the two of them, as a possible reason Riley would have written these things. But Andy is not taking the bait.
Is she vindictful towards you? Does she hate you?
No. She don't hate me. She loves me.
That's what I'm asking you. I don't know that. Does she argue with you?
No, ever. We have
Never cuss at you, curse you out, nothing?
Never, nothing. In 1.5 years, nothing.
Okay, so it sounds like to me she does love you so heartedly.
Yes.
Okay, so why would she say that?
I don't know. In 1.5 years, we have not had one conflict.
Okay.
Me and the boy, yeah, we have.
Okay, but there's never been anything, like you said, 1.5 years or the last several weeks, several months, several days, nothing that's you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one time she wanted this and I told her no. Maybe she got mad and she's nothing.
With all else failing, Andy would attempt to try and convince the cops that...
Like, Banco, what are you saying, yo? I'm about to unmod everybody in the chat. I would get caught. I can't get away with something like this. What? Why are you even thinking of this? Of you putting yourself in these shoes? Like, you are my mod. Why are you thinking that? Why are you thinking of you doing this? Because you visualize yourself doing this. You visualize yourself doing this, and you visualize you trying to get away, then you getting arrested. You visualize that in your head while you was typing that out, Binko. Bro, listen, my mods are weird as fuck. All right, listen, bro. I might just unmod them. Oh God, I might. What's up,
he
Nick?
shares the same sentiments as them.
But you see where that puts us, right?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you guys are. I'm not mad that you guys are doing your job.
I mean, that's the last message he has from her.
Mm-hmm. I'm mad that you guys are doing your job. I know you're doing your job, but there's nothing I can think of.
Yeah,
he wants to do her
right.
job.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing.
Sure.
I'm asking you to do your job. I'm not mad. You guys going on. Guys, I think he's a little pissed off, but nothing. There's nothing I can think of. She would be mad at me for, or she would be upset with me, or scared of me, or anything with me.
You didn't go in that room?
No.
She still had FaceTime one too.
Okay, well, I wasn't in that room.
The cops lacked probable cause at this time to arrest Andy, but there is one piece of evidence that is about to change the course of this entire investigation. It was around this time that the lab results on that blood sample would finally return, and it would be an exact match to Andy's DNA. But that's not all. They also learned that the blood they tested was also mixed with saliva. This made the
I'm already knowing, chat. I'm already knowing what happened, bro. You don't gotta say nothing else. He did it. He had his way, and then he took her off the planet. I already knew it, bro. But why? Like, this is so weird. Of course it's so weird, TJ. Of course. Anyways, all right. Like, shut up.
Cops suspect that Riley's face may have been forced into the pillow in an attempt to keep her from screaming. This is an important development, but they still haven't located Riley, and they need to find more information about where Andy was during those 5 missing hours. Luckily, though, all of that can be answered in the CCTV footage that captured all of Andy's movements.
Wait, is that her?
There were cameras attached to a nearby high school that captured Andy McCauley leaving his work site. That was the starting point of the investigation for the cops. They knew the direction of his travel, including the fact that he was on Route 9. An eyewitness who knew what Andy's vehicle looked like was able to confirm that she saw his truck backed up into the driveway of Riley's home in the middle of the day when he should have been at work. At this point, the cops believe that Andy killed Riley during the late night or early morning hours, likely to keep her from screaming while he assaulted her. They believe he then hid her body in the bedroom until everyone left, and then later returned to the house when it was empty to pick up her body and dispose of it, using CCTV footage to guide them. And with the help of police canines trained to pick up Riley's scent, they search a nearby mountainous area. It is there that they tragically find Riley's decomposing body left in a secluded area. While this is the outcome that nobody wanted, it marks the turning point in the case. Near where Riley's body is found,
That's what I'm saying, yo, bro. In 2025, bro, you're never getting away with crimes, bruh. They have so much footage, so much satellite data. You have your phone, you have all this tracking shit. Bro, the dogs, like, you're not, helicopters, you're not getting away. Unless you're in Chicago and you have a mask on. Okay, on God. But anything else, you're not getting away, bro. You're not getting away. And it's sad. I mean, okay, let me word that better. It's sad that people are doing this, but I'm happy that they're getting caught. On God, I saved myself. On God, I saved myself. And I'll resume.
There are several unique-looking screws discovered. These are the same screws that were located when the cops had searched Andy's vehicle the day previously. This is even further evidence that solidified the case against him, and 8 days after the discovery of Riley's body, Andy is arrested and charged with her murder. He pleaded not guilty. In the trial, Andy's defense argued that the prosecution failed to provide a clear motive or definitive cause of death, as the exact cause could not be determined due to the body's decomposition. Despite this, the jury found significant evidence linking McCauley to the crime, such as the presence of drywall mud on Crossman's body, which matched the drywall found in McCauley's truck, and inconsistencies in McCauley's statements about his whereabouts on the day of Crossman's disappearance. The jury deliberated for about 4 hours over the course of 2 days and decided that the monster who murdered Riley was none other than Andy McCauley.
We, the members of the
I swore he was gonna say, like, not guilty. I was about to start flipping out.
Headed jury, as to the issues joined, find the defendant.
Yo, I bet in his head he's like, yo, God, if you let me innocent, if you let me go free, I promise I won't kill nobody. I promise I won't do no sin. I promise I'll stop doing drugs. I promise I'll stop doing coke. I promise I'll stop smoking weed. I promise I'll stop drinking. I promise I'll stop doing this. I promise I'll start going to church like my mom said. Oh, God, that's what he's saying in his head. Oh, God, I swear on my life that's what he's saying in his head right now.
Andrew J. McCauley Jr. as follows. Count 1, murder. Guilty of murder in the first degree.
Finally, justice for Riley had been served. The only thing left was for Andy to be sentenced. The judge presiding over the case sealed his fate by giving him 2 life sentences. He will never see the light of day as a free man ever again, and most importantly, he will never be able to hurt.
That is actually sad as fuck. Like, what was the point? Like, that's so weird. Like, imagine the mom now, right? You had this guy. You had this guy in the crib, right? Every time your daughter passed by, he just eyeing her down like these and shit. Like in the back of his head, he really just trying to do something bad. Until that shit, you know, got up to a point, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna risk it." And I hope you guys know, in prison, he's gonna get, bro. People are gonna have his way with him, bro. He's probably getting plopped on right now, if you know what I mean, Jack. Honey buns under the pillow type beat. You feel me? Honey buns, you know what I mean, bro?